It's okay not to be best in slot. Part 3, gloves. Roll it. Welcome to part 3 of my It's Okay Not to Be Best in Slot series. You will hear that a lot in this video. You know, the It's Okay Not to Be Best in Slot part. Because it really is okay not to be best in slot. There, I already said it a gajillion times. Sue me. In the first 2 parts, I covered multiple helm choices and armor choices. Now, it's the gloves' turn. Keep in mind I'm not adding every glove piece in the game. That would be just crazy. I'm adding the ones I think that are easier for you to farm / obtain, but are decently good at the same time. And I really do appreciate everybody in the last 2 videos of the series who added more helms and armor pieces, because honestly, there are so many of them. I personally try to choose gear that has decent item level as well, because it does contribute to your overall damage. This series is mostly for newer players, but mid-game and even some endgame players might benefit from it. Who knows? So let's not procrastinate any further. Let's bring all the arm gear I've chosen onto your screen. There will be best in slot gear and not so best in slot gear, as per usual. Oh, and before I start, one more thing. I'm sorry that most of the gear I show is mostly DPS related, and I also tend to leave out some range DPS gear as well. I'm a melee DPS, so I gravitate to that. Not on purpose. More of a mindset sort of thing since I only play a rogue. I'll try and create content for all classes in the future when I can. So basically include tanks and healers. Right, where are you, Lion Guard Raid Gloves? Ah, there you are. So, Lion Guard Raid Gloves. The Divine Raid Braces, Spiked Defender Vambrace, the Frenzy Mitts, the Trapper of the Twilight Braces, Valor Braces, Primal Raid Amibari, the Fearbringers, Stealer of the Stars Braces, the Jaw Ripper Gloves, the Eye Stalk Wrappers, Tarot Grips, and Braliel's Planar Bindings. So for this video, I added 13 arm pieces, and there are enough to give you a general idea of what you need and how to choose what you need. Out of all these, I consider the Lion Guard Raid Gloves, the Divine Raid Gloves, and the Spike Defender Vambrace to be up there with the best in slot group. And then I consider the Stealer of the Stars Braces and the Trapper of the Twilight Braces pretty good gloves as well, so a close second. And then I consider the Frenzy Mitts, the Valor Braces, the Primal Amibari, the Fearbringers, the Jaw Rippers, the Eye Stalk Wrappers, the Tarot Grips, and the Planar Bindings in the very decent category, but not exactly best in slot. So like in the previous video of the series, the gloves with the blue check marks I consider best in slot. The green check marks are a close second, and the red check marks very decent and useful. So where do all these gloves come from? Where can you find them /farm/grind for them? The Lion Guard Raid Gloves can be purchased from the Avernus campaign store. So you basically need to gather some material from the Infernal Citadel dungeon so you can purchase them at the campaign store. The Divine Raid Braces are purchased at the Bleeding Citadel Forge with 10,000 favors, which you can farm in the Avernus campaign. The Spike Defender Vambraces can be found in Juma bags in the Zone of Valenhas. It's RNG based, so it can be easy or hard. It just depends. If you don't know anything about Juma bags or how to farm them, I created a quick guide for Juma bags recently. The video is right here, and you can find it in my video section on my channel as well. The Trapper of the Twilight Braces and the Stealer of the Stars Braces can be found from expeditions in the Ender Mountain. The Frenzy Mitts also come from Valenhas and Juma bags. The Valor Braces can drop from the Herald of the Yenoglu hunt in Avernus. The Primal Amibari comes from the Seal store in Chult, so Portney and Zaru. The Fearbringers can be found in the Hunts of Omu, and specifically the Rasala hunt. The Jaw Rippers can be found in the Hunts of Omu, which will be a tier 3 hunt named Tyrant. The Eye Stalker Wrappers can be found in the Hunts of Omu at the Ergelel hunt, or whatever you call it, and these gloves have a ranged bonus. The Tarot Grips come from the Kuska hunt in Barovia, if I remember correctly, and the Planar Bindings from Juma bags as well. In terms of difficulty to acquire, I'd say the Lion Guard Raid Gloves and the Divine Raid Braces are probably the hardest to get, but not as hard as the tier 3 hunt gear we had in previous videos. All the other arm pieces literally depend on RNG, and they could be easy or slightly more difficult to acquire. The arms in general are not as difficult as most of the other gear will be. Most of these are pretty easy to farm. And if I was you, I'd farm Juma bags and do my daily expeditions. The Spike Defender Van Brace, the Stealers of the Stars braces, and the Trappers of the Twilight braces are super good considering the grind doesn't take too long. I mean, I use the Spike Defender Van Braces even with endgame content. So yeah, get to work. But like I said in a previous video of the series, your goal should always be to better yourself, if that's what you are into. And if you are, then always strive for the best gear. But not everybody has time, or even wants to grind for it. They play Neverwinter to socialize or pass time and have fun. I mean, true endgame is about having fun. The rest is utter bullshit. But hey, what do I know? I just make silly Neverwinter videos. Hope this helped, and the next part of the series will be boots. And if you noticed, I'm trying to make these videos a little bit quicker, because the editing times are insane, but I also want to keep the quality good. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Galactic here, peace out, stay safe.
Carry on my wayward son.